Well, welcome back, first graders. So hopefully you went and got all of your materials that you needed, your glue stick, your project, scrap piece of white paper, and maybe you had some construction paper and your scissors, okay? So what we're gonna be doing now is we're gonna be finishing the grass in our picture. So I'm gonna take all my pieces apart. Now I think some of you guys actually got 3 pieces of grass, okay? That's great. If you have 3 pieces, that's wonderful, okay? Now what we're going to do, we're gonna set our snake aside too. And this paper that we had at the beginning with our snakes, we don't need that anymore, okay? That was just for the beginning of our project. So now you should have 2 pieces of green, a light green and a dark green. I need you to take the light green first. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna create pieces of grass, okay? So how we create our pieces of grass, I want you guys to remember last year when we were doing our fishy friend, our fishy pictures, and we did seaweed that we drew where it was kind of more like a little bit of curvy lines up and down. That's exactly what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna start at the corner and I'm gonna go, notice I'm kind of going the long way because I really wanna hide my snake in some tall grass, okay? So I'm gonna go back and forth and I'm gonna create kind of like a little wave. And I can even use that piece for a piece of grass too. Now at the bottom here, I'm gonna cut a little bit further away to make a wider bottom. And then I'm gonna wave it back and forth and I'm gonna go up and notice I'm about to cut off the tip. I'm gonna go straight to the tip. Okay, now I'm gonna actually do an upside down piece because that's wider at the top and this is skinnier at the top. So I'm gonna start right at the corner and I'm gonna go back and forth and then I'm gonna make it wider at the top, okay? And I'm just gonna keep on doing this. Now again, you guys have, I think, 3 pieces of paper, so you might wanna do both of the lighter colors of paper to make your grass, okay? Oh, I didn't quite do that one right, so I'm gonna have to change it up a little bit. I have a pretty wide base on this next one, okay? And wider here. Okay, now we're gonna start just with our light color to begin with, okay? And this one, I think I'm gonna flip over. I'm gonna trim off a little like that, okay? Now, at this point, I'm gonna start gluing my stuff at the bottom. And I've already started to glue one. I'm gonna sneak up my piece of paper here so you can see the bottom of my picture, okay? So there's my bottom of my picture. And now what I'm gonna do is I am going to, maybe I'll use a piece of scrap paper so I don't get glue all over everything. And just like we use our placemats at school, and I'm gonna start gluing my strips of grass down. Now I'm gonna do it a little bit quicker for you. So I'm gonna do a few in a row, and then I'm gonna go glue them onto the bottom of my paper, okay? So there's one. And notice it kind of does look a little bit like our seaweed. I'm gonna spread them out a little bit because I don't have enough that we would touch them all the way across, okay? Now I'm gonna go and do a few more here quick. Now this might take you a little bit longer to do. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna put a few strips down. And I'm gonna get them all glued up like that. And then glue them back down. Okay, so we're gonna do this with our light green color first, okay? As soon as I'm done with the light green color, then I'm going to actually put down, looks like I have 3 more pieces. Then I'm gonna actually glue down my snake and put my snake on top of this green color, okay? So again, let me quickly finish all this. And you guys take your time on doing your grass, okay? There's no rush. I'm just trying to get your video a little bit quicker, okay? So now I have the background of my grass ready to go. So now I'm gonna go get my snake. And I'm gonna get a whole bunch of glue. Again, I'm using that placemat. I'm not getting glue all over the dining room table. And I'm working at my dining room table just like you probably are working at your dining room table at your house or maybe your kitchen counter. So I'm gonna get glue all over my snake on the back. And now I'm gonna glue my snake right on top of the grass. Okay, so right over the grass now. Make sure your snake fits on your paper. Mine's almost going off of my paper there, okay? So now I have my snake kind of in a layer. I have a background layer of grass. I have my snake. And now I think some of you have maybe guessed what we're going to do with the dark pieces of green. Okay. So I'm going to do the exact same thing I just did with my light color. Is I'm going to make strips of grass. Now, if you want to, you can use both of those pieces of green to really fill in the grass, okay? I ended up with only 2 pieces. I'm not sure what happened to my third piece. So now I'm going to make strips of grass again, just like we did before. Okay, going back and forth, weaving it back and forth. Big at the bottom, skinny at the top. And now I think most of you have guessed it, what we're going to do next. So I'm going to move those all aside. And I'm not going to take the time to actually get them all glued. I want just to show you what it's going to look like. So imagine that I've glued them. So now I'm going to put my dark green, filling in some of these gaps that were at the bottom of my paper here. So now I'm going to hide my snake in the tall grass. Kind of see how we're doing that now. It looks like our snake is in the grass with the light color of green in the background, and now the dark color of green covering us up his body. And it looks like maybe I should have put my snake a little bit closer to the ground. But that is how our project is going to look with our snakes in the grass. Now, remember I said you had this extra piece of paper that I wanted you guys to get. So with that extra piece of paper, the last thing you guys can do, and I don't really need to show you this, the last thing you can do is if you have construction paper, you can cut a round circle out of the yellow and put a yellow sun up in the sky. And you can maybe make out of blue, light blue, gray, maybe white, you can make the idea of clouds that go in the sky. If we were at school, we'd actually be painting these. But unfortunately, I don't have, we're not at school, so we can't paint them. So if you want to make some clouds, you can put your clouds in the sky. Now, if you don't have any yellow construction paper, I'm sure we all have the white paper here. And I think all of you have some markers. So you can just cut out a circle and color it yellow, okay? And then we can put that up in the sky here for our yellow sun. And then that is our project of our snakes in the grass. So finish up that project, first graders, and keep it somewhere safe, because I hope I still will see you back at school, maybe at the end of May, beginning of May, who knows? We just don't know when we'll be together, but I still would love to see your project. And actually, you can have your mom and dad take a picture of your project and email it to me so I can see the beautiful artwork that you've done. So after you're all finished, have mom or dad take a picture of your snake and your sky and all that, and your snake hiding in the grass, and have them email me your wonderful snakes in the grass. So great job on your art project. Next week, we'll be starting a brand new art project, and you'll find out about that next week. So finish up your snakes in the grass, first graders, and have a very happy Easter week. Take care.